Hello right bags, it's Jade, welcome to the Survival Show, your daily, well not daily, semi-weekly look at everything to do with survival games, updates and new stuff coming in. Today, going to be talking about ARK Bloom, ARK new creatures, i.e. wyverns coming to their new map, what's going on with console and PC and the differences, talking also about Dayz on the defense and the fact that they have now added more servers to Xbox, and also though why they're gatekeeping about what you can do on private servers. Also going to be taking a look at Rust and cars, that's coming as well, obviously a little brief overview of that and progress of the beta on Xbox and PlayStation, what they're currently working on, and we're still taking a look at stuff including Conan exiles, hotfixes and the season pass free information, brand new games hydroneer, also Frozen Flame, and a little quick dabble in Last Oasis and the servers that are burning up. That's a feature that's happening, starting to happen now, got implemented yesterday, and so it will begin very soon. Not forgetting previews of Terraria and Journey's End update. The final update of Terraria is incoming, and hopefully this month we're going to see the beta for Grounded. There's been some gameplay shown off on Gaming Fall and it looks like they're focusing on it for the rest of the month. And finally, Astroneer is getting dedicated servers and full automation. It's all here, it's all go, it's the Survival Show. Whoa, can't forget my random promo. If you want to see me chatting absolute crap on Twitter, maybe starting fights with YouTubers and criticising really bad shoddy devs, go and follow me on Twitter and join my rat bag, hashtag army thingamajig, yeah, something like that anyway. Links in description. Okay, so it seems like there's going to be an update on May the 19th, which will include the new bloom controls, or re-adding the bloom controls. If you don't know, Ark Survival Evolved on console has had a significant issue for 3 years where literally the light blinds you. I'm not even joking how bad it is. If you take any sort of creature into the sky and it is a sunny day, you will not be able to see. It also shines massively bright off of metal. Now, before you start thinking, Jesus, these snowflakes, get a grip. Honestly, it can really distract you and stop you in enjoying the game. It's why a lot of people don't build their bases out of metal on single player or private servers. You have to literally go around painting all the metal a different colour just to try and dull the effect. It was something that was on the Xbox that you could do before they full released the game, but they took it out at full release, even though it's been on PC now for 3 years. It's taken this long. Well, it is going to be coming. I told you guys the other day it's going to be coming on May the 19th. And also there was a bit of confusion, not helped by me saying that I didn't think crystal wyverns were going to be coming. They are coming. We don't know what else is coming. There's some ember creature as well, and there's a bunch of other stuff. There could be variations hopefully coming as well. But it does look like the wyverns are definitely coming to the Crystal Isles map, which is going to be launching on the 4th of June on PC. And if you expect it on Xbox or PlayStation like a week or two later, you can forget that. It's probably going to be about a month, maybe even 2 months later, that console will get that. What we are getting on console on that day is the brand new creature. Lots of you guys were telling me you don't think it's the one that I thought it was. You think it's some sort of Tropicanaris. You get the idea. But we're all still really excited, no matter what it is, about the possibilities of having a proper turret on it. Maybe it won't be a platform saddle, maybe it is just a new thing. So yeah, very interesting. I'm guessing maybe because it's going to be an in-between size between a Quetzal and a Pteranodon. That's why it will be the only one that can support a sort of turret, or gun mount I should say, as it doesn't look like it's automated. It looks like you will be sitting on this and controlling it as you fly the new creature. But either way, June the 4th, Xbox, PlayStation and PC is getting this brand new creature. It will be across all the maps, I'm guessing. And Crystal Isles won't be appearing on console for a good few months yet. There is going to be the anniversary event, and it looks like they're probably going to start that off a little bit earlier. Maybe that's what's going to be coming also on May the 19th. As ever, me and Kaya on Fire will keep you guys in the loop. Astroneer is finally adding dedicated servers. This will mean you can play with maybe up to 8 people, possibly even 10, I'm guessing by some of the numbers. It does look like they're going to be having the service where you can probably rent the servers out. It's been a big criticism of Astroneer. It's a great little game, great simulation survival game, running around different planets, gathering resources, but it has been pretty critical on console, at least, that it just really runs badly that they have co-op at the moment. And I'm glad they at least added it. It's better than not having it, but there's definitely been a lot of criticism from players playing it. As the devs point out, dedicated servers will be launching on PS4, so I'm presuming Xbox as well, since they were on the program for the game preview program for years. There's also going to be a bunch of multiplayer optimizations for non-server multiplayer, so even though they're doing this, they are still committed to improving that co-op experience if you're just playing with 1 or 2 friends. And on top of that, as I said, they've got full automation going. They recently did a dev stream highlighting and showcasing how it's all going to work. You can pretty much see a bundle of resources on the ground. one of your arms just simply picks it up, a robotic arm, and feeds it into the next station, and it does look like you'll be able to do this with a hell of a lot of stuff. Here's another early prototype that they had, and this is pretty cool. This is the kind of stuff I'd expect to see. Automation's so big now, ever since Satisfactory really helped make it even more popular. Obviously it's been around for a long time, but really cemented itself last year as something a lot of games started putting in. So yeah, can't wait to play around and mess with this. Astroneer is a great survival game. Last Oasis is burning up. They've finally started to shut down some of the servers. If you don't know, Last Oasis, the whole premise is that lots of the servers will start to burn and you have to move from server to server. Not that unusual. Other games like ARK do that as well, and you can still move your characters across Dayz. But in this instance, you know, gathering all your resources, not having a permanent base or accepting that you're going to lose part of that base is all part of the game. Stocking up and making that journey and that nomadic trek across the servers is a big feature of the game, and it's all going to be happening very, very soon. The timers that got installed yesterday all point to around 10 days, some of them 20 days. It looks like it's all going to be going off in about 10 days time, but the developers have said they're going to add an update though, just to confirm it will happen. If you're worried about being able to get on, they don't want to punish people that just can't get on to move their walkers. You will be able to have 5 of your favourite walkers move to the next safe oasis. So even if you don't manage to get on, hopefully, as long as you favorited 5 of your favourite walkers, they will be able to be moved across to a safe location. You don't have to be online for that to happen. It will just automatically happen. But anything else, anything non-favorited, any unpacked bases and deployed proxy walkers will be gone forever. Great times. Can't wait to see what this is in flow. They had a few issues last week and it has taken a hit to the player base. I'm really hoping we don't have any major cock-ups now. They really need to just keep stable players and introduce some of these mechanics that kind of make the game interesting. Gaming Fauna has got exclusive footage showing a moment of Grounded. It looks like they're showcasing the game for a consecutive amount of time up to its beta release this month. And oh my gosh, it looks really good, it looks really fun. I'm going to put the link to this in the comment section. This is going to be huge, guys. It's only going to be on Xbox and Steam, unfortunately, or Windows 10, but it does look great. There's a whole host of different creatures and bugs that I didn't know was in the game, and it looks like they're all going to have their own challenges trying to fight them and take them on. Some of them are going to be much more dangerous. Some of them you're going to be trying to harvest. Lots of good stuff. I don't want to show off too much before they start copyrighting me, but go and check out the full video for yourself. I will be doing my best to get beta footage, or at least talking about stuff that's going on with the beta coming out. Don't forget the full game's not launching now until July. They did delay it. I do believe it was meant to come out a little bit sooner, or they'd hoped to have that a bit sooner, but it looks like the final release date is going to be July, and the beta should hopefully start later on this month. You've got to be on the Xbox Insider program, I'm guessing, by the looks of things. So if that's the case, I'll give you guys all the details as soon as we get any. But yeah, this co-op survival game looks really good. Although it looks a bit kiddie-ish, it's actually got some pretty decent survival mechanics in it. Literally think ARK and the Forest, but with a kiddie sort of a colourful vibe going on. That's what you get with Grounded. Mines are pretty prevalent in the Dayz community. One of the biggest streamers and YouTubers going, has been playing it for years and years. He can be a little bit critical, and I like to see that. In the past, he's spoken about the state of the game of Dayz and how poor it can be sometimes, or how it's gone backwards. Recently, he was talking about how cheating is really obviously frowned upon. If you spawn in guns and give yourself infinite health, you get banned when you're playing Dayz. But you can't actually use admin tools to spawn stuff in on Dayz. There is really no decent little setup just for you to do it on your private server. Now on console you can rent your own server on Xbox and PlayStation, and they have added the ability a good few months ago now where you can spawn stuff in or have it set out, so it's part of the settings. So if you want 100 guns spawning at a town, you can do that. If you want 50 cars spawning at locations, you can do that. But you still cannot spawn anything while you're playing the game. You can't do it in the game, and nearly every other single game like this does that ability. Conan, ARK, all them games, you can still go ahead and spawn stuff in on your own private server or your single player. Bearing in mind, Dayz still doesn't have a single player mode just to practice on. If you want to do that, you have to pay extra money for a server. So yeah, Minder's quite rightly pointing out you should be able to do this. It seems pretty simple to me. Add the ability for admins on their servers to spawn stuff in, make more events more fun for them, and make life easier. It would actually help with people playing on private servers to have more fun and do certain things together. Yes, there will always be people that cheat and take abuse of it, but that's the kind of flip side of playing on a private server. You just got to hope you get a good one. Dayz did reply and have been replying a bit, also talking about the slowing down of development of the game. We have plenty of thoughts on the matter. The summary is this: we don't like seeing it because it creates an unfair environment for the players. It also sometimes permanently damages you and your server's reputation. Why are they gatekeeping? Like, you're paying money on console to rent your own server. You should be able to do whatever the hell you want on your server. And likewise on PC, where you can host the servers yourself, you don't necessarily have to pay. It still makes more sense that you should be able to do what you want. It's a small thing, but it just shows a little bit of Bohemia's attitude. Obviously, Dayz went free to play on the Games Pass on Xbox recently, so it's received a little bit of an upshot in players. Many brand new players wondering how this buggy mess of a game is actually popular, and I don't blame you. No, for serious though, I've been thinking about jumping on. God, Lord help me, I haven't played Dayz in about 5 months. I just like ragging on them, to be honest. But yeah, maybe I should give it a try and see what the state of the game is like at the moment for Xbox users. But the devs, I do like it when they defend themselves a little bit. You know, there's lots of rumour, lots of hyperbole sometimes, and when a dev can come out and state things a bit more clearly, that's great. However, sometimes it is just down to the devs maybe putting a brave face on things. But according to them, the update schedule for Dayz is not affected. Bratislava Studios has not been heavily involved with the Dayz development in the past, or the most recent past. So the Bratislava studio was the one that got closed down recently. It did result in a lot of people leaving that. I don't know what that studio was doing if they weren't working on Dayz, but it lost around 9 members to a rival company, and they made everyone else relocate or lose their jobs. So if they weren't working on Dayz, why weren't they working on Dayz? It just shows that this game, if in bad, poor state, could do with extra development, not making it slower or taking away development from it. But yeah, there's a few other tweets like this from the Dayz devs. Full respect, you got to do this, you've got to stick up for yourself. You know what else though works is making sure you're updating your game and actually producing it. They haven't had an update for 3 months now, and bearing in mind they said they were going to get at least 5 updates out this year. They haven't got long to fit in the rest of them updates. But they have at least answered criticism of not having enough servers on the Xbox. They didn't really think of this too much. They said they added a few, but the servers were massively overfull, where it does look like they added 80 more a few days ago. So hopefully you're able to get on the Xbox version and try the game out for yourself. Terraria is getting its final update on May the 16th. It's crazy that 9 years later they're actually putting a date on it. I mean, Minecraft's still going 10 years later on Xbox at least, and obviously 11 years on PC. But yeah, it's coming to an end, and the Journey's End update adds so much stuff to this game. Maybe not the traditional survival game some of you guys might expect on my channel, but I think it's got enough survival gameplay elements in it. Apart from, you know, the food and the water situation, you still find off hundreds of mobs, going and getting loot, crafting, base building, and there is that urgency when the enemies attack you. So don't be surprised if you see it in my top 30 survival games. But yeah, new post a few days ago, and there's been a bunch of YouTubers, one of the biggest ones, getting access to the gameplay and showing it all off. So you'll know they are if you like Terraria. But what it does do is add the journey mode. So there'll be lots of things you can do in journey mode, including enhanced starter gear. You're going to get a bunch more resources, including a wand. Lots of stuff like torches and iron upgrades instead of just the wooden ones. Also added is research, pretty much duplication. It's one of the biggest things that everyone used to do on console, was you could find a way to duplicate just using a second character that came into your world. Well, it looks like finally Logic have realised maybe we should have some sort of creative mode, but it's a bit different. You actually put the items, so you still need to make that first item, you'll be able to craft it, you're going to have to find the resources for it, and then you can put it in and research it. When you research it, you'll be able to duplicate it and make as many of them as you want. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You can do all this stuff, you just be able to duplicate lots of weapons, lots of items, lots of resources. So good balance there. You'll also be able to set times, days, so if you want to clear the sky, you want to make it nighttime or daytime, you should be able to do that as well. And maybe you've got a big horde of enemies about to hit you and you didn't get them turrets set up or them base defenses, where you can now freeze the game and make some changes and then go back to it. Again, all really cool features. I think for the final update, it's exactly what you want from a game, adding just as much customization and playability as you can. Also in journey mode, once you maybe get good at stuff, maybe you feel like you've been cheating enough and duplicating enough stuff, you can increase the difficulty and make it even harder while playing the game. In the past, you had to do this before you played, and it always meant that world was going to be on that mode, but now you can just increase difficulty or lower the difficulty whenever you want. Lots of stuff. I will be maybe doing a showcase of this when the update goes live. I ain't lying. I love this game, man. It's definitely one of my top 5. So expect to see some sort of content on Terraria on launch day. Conan Exiles had its Followers 2 update recently, giving you the ability to control your thralls a little bit more in what they do, and also adding its brand new Architects of Argos DLC. Still no real news about the DLC maps, the new one that's coming in, but it has added a hotfix for some pressing issues, and this will be coming to console soon. This came out on PC last week, and it looks like it will be coming out to Xbox and the PlayStation very, very soon indeed. So I'm expecting it at some point at the end of this week, maybe the beginning, maybe Monday next week. A lot of it is to do with memory optimizations, and there were some issues when it launched on consoles and PC on the day, but it looks like most of that got corrected within a few hours. Now, also part of the Conan stuff was that I was kind of got my knickers in a twist, saying that they hadn't given any information out about a year 3 season pass. Previously, Conan has done this year 1, year 2. It rounded off all the payable DLC in one season pass that saved you a bit of money. Well, finally, we got an answer. You have to dig pretty hard to find it. Literally from a moderator or community manager on Conan Exiles replying to a comment on a video, on a comment in the actual forums, rather than somewhere put a bit bigger maybe like on Twitter or made a big deal of it or an announcement post. But yeah, there are no plans for season 3 pass. So if you've been holding off buying the Architects of Argos, thinking it may be coming, or you're waiting to see if they do some sort of combo with the new map expansion, then I'm guessing that's the reason why. It's a bit strange, a bit odd. I guess they're going to be pretty busy. The expansion, by looks of things, is going to be a whole new map, so it's going to have lots of content in it. So I'm guessing that's going to be their focus rather than doing DLCs, which will kind of be good to see. Which does mean though that the next expansion is probably going to be pretty hefty in price. I'm really hoping it's got lots of content in it. So you may have seen a news drop on Saturday that cars are finally coming to Rust. Shadowfrax broke down the details. Now he had some dates being given to him, I'm guessing by Facepunch, as he does work quite closely with them, helping them out with traders, and obviously gets access to a lot of the upcoming content to make his videos. And it's going to be happening pretty damn quick. Monday the 18th, you're going to be seeing the public testing open up on a special stage of branching. So you will be able to test this out, and it looks like they're going to be doing it hopefully in the June update on staging, and then it'll probably be July maybe that everyone gets to try vehicles on Rust. It's a big feature. It has been something they've been working on for a number of years, maybe gone back to the drawing board a couple of times, but the new look cars look great. They're modular cars, so I think you can build them and customize them in lots of different ways. Definitely something I think would be really cool and fun, and I don't think too OP. Like, the map in Rust isn't the biggest compared to some of the other survival games, and you can get across pretty quickly with just riding a horse, but for sure, for gameplay and content, bashing into each other, maybe having turrets and guns on a car, transporting other players as well on the land rather than just a helicopter, I think it'll open up the game even more. I can't wait for this. I'm going to be diving into this when it launches, and I may even seriously start doing a lot more Rust content coming up to this launch. But yeah, if you want more details, check out Shadowfrax's update, the Messiah of Rust update content. More info coming from Double 11, the guys that are porting Rust 2 console coming up. They're saying that they are going to be having the skin store. So that is something you'll be able to do, just like it is on PC. Buy skins for your vehicles or your items or your guns. And it does look like the majority of stuff they're doing now is bug fixing or quality of life stuff rather than implementing main big features. So fingers crossed guys, we are going to be seeing this, but just not yet. Expect it at some point after July. And that's according to Gary, who said it would not come in the first half of the year, but the second half of the year, which begins in July. And so finishing off with 2 games I highlighted at the beginning, Hydroneer is a bit of a simulation game really, rather than a straight out survival, but with a real big difference. You only have one hand, so everything you do, you have to carefully put items in a bucket, only hold one tool pick, and then you have to drop the tool pick to pick up the dirt, to put it into the bucket, to take the bucket to the store, to sell your gold that you may have put into your bucket. I mean, it's got automation, it's got other stuff in it as well. It does get more involved, but that's the premise. It's pretty interesting, it's pretty cool. It came out this week on Steam, so I'm going to be checking this out for sure. I'm going to buy myself a copy and treat it while I'm having a few days off. And Frozen Flame was a key that I've been given by the developers. I'm going to be checking this out once they have the servers online. I've tried a couple of times, but it looks like they're down for maintenance. Very, very early alpha. It's on Figo at the moment, a separate crowdfunding site that you can support the game, but it is coming to Steam as well. Looks a bit like Dauntless, but it is a survival game. It's got all the mechanics, hunger, food, water, etc. you come to expect. That kind of stuff, but in a much more colourful, vibrant world. Online looks of it only. Looks like you can obviously do base building and crafting. So yeah, I'm interested in this. I remember a little bit, maybe a bit like Rend, although this looks pretty much a bit more polished as well. So yeah, I'll be checking this out in the next few weeks too. As said, or if I haven't said, I'm off for a few days, so unless anything breaking happens, you won't be seeing much news or content other than what I've already got planned. Like I said, Subsistence is coming. I'm going to play that for the first time. I'm also going to be doing some Stranded Deep Let's Play. It's coming back at last. I know it's been a week or so, and I've got my top 30 games, as well as a video from Kyra on Fire, giving a recap on the most useful commands in ARK. So make sure you stay tuned. Layers!